it does say this hangout on there is live. All right, so let me push out this video about week 10 or 11 of me learning Elm. But really, this is a milestone because this video is more geared towards my declaration of putting in motion the integration of Nikeza client to Nikeza server. All right. So with that said, what that means is, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. All right, yo. So I'm sharing my screen. Go to Project Nikeza. All right. So what have I been up to lately? Lately, I have been up to jumping on the server side to expedite this. And so what that means is there's been a lot of effort, aka manpower, on infrastructure on the Nikeza server, such as Docker and Azure. However, there wasn't much progress on the actual Nikeza backend in regards to serving clients. So as a result of me observing that, I decided to jump in there and start fleshing out some logic. So with that said, we're looking at I still believe in TDD, especially when it's a a simple CRUD app with not that much complexity in regards to user requirements. So with that said, because it's pretty straightforward, create, read, update, delete type of application, I think that going TDD for, at least on the integration side, well, both business logic and integration side, probably isn't a bad strategy because there's not really that much complexity with this. So with that said, I added hella tests. Well, not hella tests. I think I got 9 tests, as we see down here. And they're all passing. These are integration tests. So what does that mean? Well, it means that if you look at this file right here, it says integration tests.fs for F sharp. And this is in the project Nikeza.test. Okay. So the tests that I have are follow provider, which Nikeza is basically a platform where you can follow your favorite experts, right? So follow provider, because this expert provides content. You can also unsubscribe from a provider, this right here. And what else we have? We have add featured link, which means that with Nikeza, I also wanted to basically challenge this whole notion of a resume, where you go to Nikeza / Cookie, stop, I'm giving the presentation. So you go to Nikeza / Scott Nimrod, and you see all the content that I have delivered across the World Wide Web. And with this content that I've delivered, I can basically annotate this content, for lack of a better term, in which I feature specific content that I have so that it bubbles to the top of the list for you to view. Cookie, stop scratching yourself. I can't present. All right, so you know what? Let me take off her collar. Oh, I started talking. Now you want to start moving around the house? All right, go. All right, so anyways, that's add feature link. As I said, you can feature your content in which is the first thing that observers will observe, okay? There's also unfeatured link right here, which is essentially a toggle, a feature link. And you also have register profile. And I guess this is pretty important because this is how you actually get onto the Nikeza platform, is you have to register, right? And so that's the test for that. And you got update profile. You can guess what that does, such as your email address or your bio information. I don't know. If you decide to change your name, yeah, that stuff. Get links right here. which is what you guessed, because Nikeza is link centric. So it takes the content that's fragmented across the World Wide Web, and it basically provides links to your viewers, and viewers receive notifications of new links that you have put out there. So actually, let me say that differently. Users get notified based on new links that have been provided somewhere on the internet. Okay, yeah, I think that's a little bit better. You have good followers. So if I have followers or people that are subscribed to my content, this dog is getting on my nerves. Well, you're able to get a list of, well, your followers. Okay. Your subscriptions is basically everybody that you subscribe to. All right. So, for example, I know for a fact when this gets launched, I'm going to subscribe to Mark Seaman, Scott Vlashin, Mateus, can't remember his last name, but he's in the F sharp. Tomas Petracek, I think that's his last name. And who else? The Functional Geekery guy, Proctor. I don't know his last name. I almost said Procter and Gamble, but that's a company. You can tell it's early in the morning. It's 5:55 in the morning. Anyway, so those are the tests that I've written so far, and well, those tests are pretty green. You know, like I could just do this .NET test command line. It's going to do some ceremony behind the scenes, and sooner or later it's going to spit out test run successful, hopefully. And we see that test run is successful. Oh yeah. And out of 9 tests, we got 9 tests that pass. Yeah. Okay. So these are the tests, right? These tests basically rely on this F sharp file called, or should I say module or namespace? I don't know what it is. What is this up here? It's a module. This Nikeza.server.datastore. This data store is basically your repository, for lack of a better term, for doing CRUD operations. This connection string is hard coded. Somehow it needs to say, what does it need to say? Local. There should be some um, uh, abstract value called, local server or something like that, where I don't have to put in my SQL Server specific connection string. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Anyway, so that's the connection string. And I have this dispose of the connection in the command because, well, connection needs to be disposed and the command needs to be disposed. So I make sure that I do that cleanup. And here's I didn't know you can have a private module, but apparently you can. This is what Mitchell had added of the Lambda cartel. And we got some private methods in here. I almost said methods. We have some private functions in here. And this is, I don't know, you can go to GitHub and you can look at the implementation details of this data store. So I think I've talked enough about that. This is using ADO.NET because, well, the decision was made to basically build Nikeza's backend on top of .NET Core. And I mean, this is strategic. It's annoying, but it's strategic because, well, that means that Project Nikeza, if it does take traction, it'll be more likely relevant for the next 10 years. Hence, .NET Core is, well, I think they just hit 2.0, and probably by 3.0 or 4, it'll actually have users. Anyway, I thought that was funny. Yeah, some methods for adding a link and following somebody and unsubscribing from that person that you recently followed because you recognize that, well, you don't like them anymore. And feature link and update profile, like all this stuff my integration test basically relies on. All right, so I talked about this I talked about this Nikeza.test. All right, let's go to this Nikeza client. Ugh. This is written in Elm, so the Nikeza server, right, including the integration tests, all that stuff sharp. All right, this Nikeza Elm. No, this is Nikeza client. This is written in Elm. All right, there's subtle differences in the syntax. I need to rewrite this. But I was learning Elm, and I was also learning web development. So why not kill as many birds with one stone as possible? Anyway, so this is the client side. It's written in Elm. It's tell along, and there's the core, right? And links and what else we have in here? Providers, subscribers, portal, profile. Yeah, we got all that core stuff. Now, what I want to talk about is, well, I'm getting really close to making, or shall I say, wiring up Nikeza client to Nikeza server, and like I'm getting excited, man. Like, finally. So with that said, something that needs to be taken into consideration is the fact that within the services folder, we have the server.elm. Okay, the server.elm is basically what the client relies for the server to provide. Okay, so this is basically the point of reference that the backend needs to accommodate. All right, translated, these are all the requests, okay, and also commands that the server needs to respond to coming from the client, such as try login, try register, getting the providers, getting a provider, okay, links over here, add link. Now, links and add link, that's been implemented. Remove link, no, didn't do that yet. But to make a long story short, every single function here, well, it needs to basically be supported on the server, okay? Because everything here is a request or a command. Platforms, suggested topics, subscriptions, followers. Yeah, I did subscriptions. I did followers. Follow. I did follow. Good job. Okay. Unsubscribe. I did unsubscribe. So I think I've probably knocked out about 15 to 20% of what's required on here. But to paraphrase or to summarize, this server.elm, if hint, hint, anybody wants to hop in and contribute to the server side for Nikeza, this is the point of reference for what needs to be supported on the server side, the server.elm, okay? And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to talk about. I told myself in the shower that I deserve to go jet skiing this morning if I pump out a video. So this is what I did, and I'm going to go jet skiing this morning to reward myself and say good job for staying consistent. All right. Oh yeah. If you want to see this Nikeza, then you can always. Oh, okay. Yeah. You go to the home.elm, and at the very top of the file, you can just copy paste this Elm Live right here. I should be able to do this right here. Come here. Paste. Yeah. Hit enter. And sooner or later, it should spin up a web application called Nikeza. And basically, you can look at all the videos that I've pumped out about my journey of learning Elm. Yo, that's Tupac. This is what I was listening to. I'm into that. Anyway, so this is Nikeza's client web application, and we got a little filtering on here, Pablo, and Import links to your articles, videos, and answers. Okay. Set your featured links for other viewers to see. And subscribe to new links from your favorite thought leaders. Okay. That's what Nikeza is. You could log in up here. I don't know how you do this. You log in up here. Okay. Come here. And we're logged in. You got your recents. And I got to fix this 3 thing because there's only 2 links on here. Portfolio is, well, that's what you have. You see featured is highlighted. It has bubbled to the top. You know, when I add a link, and it's like, yo, this is my new link. Some link.com. And you can say WPF. And what else do you want to say? You want to say unit test. Oh, okay. I changed my mind about unit tests. Okay, yeah. And then you can say platform. You can say, it's an answer. Because it probably came from like Stack Overflow or something. And well, if we say Stack Overflow, then maybe we should perform due diligence and say, http:// stack overflow.com / Scott.nimrod / some answer. It probably has an ID on it or something. Okay. And yeah, maybe that would be a / too. I don't know. Anyway, so then you can just add a link, and that's the risk. Yeah, this is my new link, and it'll go to Stack Overflow, something, something, something. What happens if I actually click this? Page not found on Stack Overflow. Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of expected that. Anyway, so yeah, okay. And then you can look at your subscriptions, and apparently I'm subscribed to Pablo Rivera. I could look at my followers. 2 followers, Mitchell and Odie. Mitchell is going to be on Functional Geekery. I look forward to that. Odie just recorded a session on Developer on Fire. I got to look at that. And I'm pretty proud of this, man. I am making connections. All right, anyway. And these are the members within the Nikeza platform. Okay. What else? All right. The sources. Sources represents, well, remember this whole thing about Nikeza basically streamlining content of a provider across the World Wide Web that just happens to be fragmented? Well, a huge part of this is, well, basically for a provider to establish their data sources from WordPress, from YouTube, from Stack Overflow, okay? And if you're going to specify the platform that your links are coming from, or that your articles, your videos, or your answers, or your podcasts, or anything else that deems as your content, well, if you're going to specify that platform, then you need to specify your username that's on that platform. These are the platforms right here. Your username, well, you got to type that in. So I could say platform, I could say Vimeo, and I could say Bizmonger is my internet name. Ugh. Yeah, do that right there. Your profile, please don't break. Yeah, this is your profile. You can make an edit to it like this. Come here. This is my edited. I can't spell edited. I can't spell edited profile. Okay. And then you would hit save. I don't know what that does, but yeah. And so let me go back to me. That was Project Nikeza. Okay. This is Project Nikeza. Okay. And you got filters, right? So let me go back to me. Where am I at? No, hold up. Where am I at? No, stop presenting. So that's it. This is week 11 of me learning web development, me learning Elm, me solidifying my functional programming foundation, me hitting a milestone in which I connect the wires for this project Nikeza from clients to server integration, and I'm getting excited, man. Like, I'm feeling myself right now. M and F sharp and a product, and I plan on shipping it in 3 weeks. And I said that 4 weeks ago, but I'm being consistent. You could check out my commits almost every single day. It's a marathon, and I see light at the end of the tunnel. And so when I see light at the end of the tunnel, I accelerate. That's it. I'm Scott Nimrod, Miami Beach, Florida, by way of Cleveland, Ohio. Xamarin, well, what? Mobile development, desktop development, test automation. I currently work as a software development coach. I'm affiliated with Lambda Cartel. I'm affiliated with a lot of things I probably shouldn't say on there, but yeah. So hit me up if you need assistance with native development, whether it's desktop or mobile, or you're a boss and your developers, well, they're struggling and bugs keep reappearing after they were supposedly fixed, and the code base that you have just isn't maintainable, and things just aren't working out, and things need to get clean, and things need to be consistent, and things need to be proven, and you're tired of going back when you really should be moving forward with your business, with your code base, with your systems. Give me a call, and or send me an email, or send me a tweet, or whatever other means of communication that you're comfortable with. My internet name is Bizmonger. My legal name, government name, is Scott Nimrod, and that's it. I'm out. Peace. I could go jet skiing now. Adios.